in a completely dark room with just the glow from our laptop screen, and it's best not to use either like this. There is more chance of you being seen on the Elgato Neo, with the C922 being pretty much unusable, unless you have something really bright being displayed on your screen, which can help, with natural light coming in through the window, and the Neo handles the exposure a little better, but we are still really washed out on our face on both, but the frame rate difference is noticeable when waving our hands. You can manually configure the exposure on each in software like OBS, but this makes the image too dark on the Neo, with the C922 being a little more usable, although we do seem to look a little more blurry now. They both have their own software you can use, and the Elgato one is better, as this allows you to fine tune the exposure using shutter speed and ISO, whereas the Logitech Capture does have an option for the exposure, but it didn't do anything when we used it, and we still look really washed out. The Neo is capable of 60 frames per second, so you will get more fluent footage compared to the C922's 30 frames per second. You can digitally zoom in with the C922 in the Logitech software. This allows you to close that field of view up, but you will lose quality the more you are zoomed in. There is a little more flexibility with the Elgato Camera Hub software, as this will allow you to zoom in, but you can also select 4 preset positions to quickly switch from one field of view to the other. When using ring lights in front of us, we are overexposed on both, but much more on the C922, or you can jump into the exposure settings in OBS and manually configure this, and you will get a much better result, but do expect a much clearer image from the Neo, with the C922 looking a little blurry. Switching on backlights behind us, and the Elgato Neo destroys the Logitech C922, as it handles the lighting on our face much better, but never fear, as you can manually configure the exposure in OBS, and this delivers a much better image on the C922, but the Neo still delivers the more crisp image overall. Focusing on a small object, and we can get much closer to the lens with the C922, with the Neo not grabbing the focus if something is closer than around a good 12 inches away. We do experience times on both where it just doesn't focus on the object, and it has to be moved away and brought back forward for it to work, but all is not lost, as the Camera Hub software does come with a button to force it to refocus, and if you are happy with how it has refocused, you can lock this in position. This prevents it from hunting and recalibrating itself. Manual options are available, and a couple of presets to grab the focus on things which are near, mid, or far away, but it is all done through the Camera Hub software. In the Logitech Capture software, all we get is either the autofocus or the manual slider to adjust it yourself. Removing a green screen in OBS, and it wasn't bad at all with it removing all of it. I did get a little pixelation towards the bottom, which is due to how my lights and green screen are set up, but a quick mess around with the sliders in OBS got this looking much better. Now the C922 does a decent job, but there is this faint outline around us where the green screen is positioned. A quick play with the sliders in OBS resolved this, but the actual image quality still looks better on the Neo. This is a microphone test from the Logitech C922 webcam. This is the kind of audio you can expect from the inbuilt microphone. And the Elgato Neo doesn't come with an inbuilt microphone.